God says, "My child, stop what you are doing and listen closely, because something is moving around your house right now that you need to understand. This is not a coincidence. You did not open this by accident. Something in your spirit has been restless lately, a quiet sense that things are shifting even though nothing on the surface has changed yet. I am telling you plainly, that feeling is real, and it is coming from me. My angels are active around your home right now, not because of fear, but because of purpose. They are watching over your doors, your walls, the space where you sleep, the space where you pray, the space where you have cried alone at night when no one else was watching. Nothing that has happened inside those walls escaped my attention, and nothing that is about to happen there will happen without my hand guiding it. If these words are reaching something real in you, take a moment and like this video before we go further, not for a number, but because it helps this word reach the next person sitting exactly where you are sitting, waiting for someone to tell them they are not forgotten. You have felt a heaviness in your space that you could not explain. Some nights the air itself felt harder to breathe in. Some mornings you woke up already tired, carrying a weight that had nothing to do with your schedule, and everything to do with something you could not name. I want you to know that heaviness was not weakness, and it was not your imagination. It was a sign that something around you needed to change, and I have already begun changing it. There is a difference between a house and a home, and you have known that difference longer than you have said out loud. A house has walls and a roof. A home is where your peace is supposed to live. For a season, your peace has been unsettled in the very place it should have felt safest. That season is closing now. I am not simply visiting your house. I am restoring what your house was always meant to be. Think about what you have carried inside those walls. Arguments that left a residue long after the word stopped. Financial pressure that sat on your chest before your feet even touched the floor in the morning. A grief you never fully unpacked because life did not give you the space to. All of it lives somewhere in that space with you. And I am telling you today that I am clearing it, piece by piece, the way a gardener clears ground before anything new is planted. You are not being punished by the discomfort you have felt. You are being prepared. There is a kind of unsettling that precedes destruction, and there is a kind of unsettling that precedes construction. What you have felt recently is the second kind. Something is being built, and building always disturbs the ground before it improves it. I want you to notice the small shifts, because they matter more than you think. A conversation that used to end in tension now ends in understanding. A room that used to feel tense now feels quiet in a good way. A thought that used to spiral into worry now settles faster than it used to. These are not small things. They are early signs of the same work I am describing to you now, already taking root before you had language for it. There are things that have had access to your peace for far too long, and I am closing that access. Not with noise, not with drama, but with quiet, deliberate authority. What has been draining you will lose its grip. What has been unsettling your rest will not have the same power over you going forward. I do not remove things from your life without also filling the space they leave behind. I am not in the business of leaving you emptier than I found you. If you believe that, go ahead and drop a word in the comments right now. Whatever you are trusting me for in your home, your family, your peace. Say it plainly. I already know it, but speaking it is part of how you receive it. Your house is more than a location. It holds your history. The prayers you whispered when no one else could hear them, the decisions you made in that kitchen or that bedroom or that quiet corner where you go to think. It holds your growth, even the parts of your growth that were slow and painful and looked, from the outside, like nothing was happening at all. That is why this matters so much to me. What happens in your environment shapes what happens in your life, and I care about both. I know there have been nights you questioned whether any of it mattered, whether the prayers you prayed alone in that space were even landing anywhere. I want to answer that clearly. They were heard. Every one. Nothing spoken in faith inside those walls was wasted. even the prayers that felt too small or too repetitive or too desperate to matter. I do not measure prayers by their eloquence. I measure them by the heart behind them, and yours has never gone unnoticed. There is a strength being reinforced around your home right now, a kind of quiet boundary being drawn. What once had easy access to disturb your peace will find that access closing. This is not about isolation, it is about protection. I am not shutting people out of your life. I am shutting out the influence of things that were never meant to be there in the first place. You will know the difference, because peace does not feel like loss. It feels like relief. You may notice, in the coming days, that certain patterns that used to control your mood no longer do. Certain habits that felt impossible to break start loosening their hold, not because you fought harder, but because the ground underneath them shifted. That is not coincidence. That is the direct result of the quiet work happening in your space right now. I also want to prepare you honestly. Not everyone around you will understand this change. Some people are used to the version of you that carried the old weight, and they may not know what to do with the version of you that has set it down. That is not your responsibility to manage. You do not owe anyone an explanation for becoming lighter. Stay grounded in what you know is true, even if others are slower to see it. You may feel a quiet confidence rising in you that you cannot fully explain. That is not pride. That is recognition. Some part of you sensing that the ground beneath you has changed, even before your circumstances have fully caught up to prove it. Hold on to that feeling. It is not premature. It is accurate. I want to be honest about something else. Some of what leads your life in this season will not make immediate sense to you. A relationship that quietly fades. A plan that falls through without explanation. A door that was closed before you even got the chance to knock on it properly. At the time, these will feel like losses. In time, you will understand they were part of the same protection I am describing now. Things being cleared before they could cause harm you never saw coming. What did not work out before was never a punishment. It was often mercy wearing an unfamiliar face. I do not always explain my protection in a moment, because explaining it would have required you to understand danger you were never meant to fully see. I simply closed the door and asked you to trust me, and even when it was hard, you did. That trust has not been forgotten. There is a foundation being laid in your home and in your life right now that is meant to hold weight for a long time to come. Not a quick fix. Not a temporary calm that fades in a few weeks. A real foundation, the kind that lets you build on top of it without fear of it giving way. When the foundation is strong, everything you place on it afterward stands firm. Stay present through this. Do not rush ahead of what is unfolding, and do not try to force the next step before it is ready to arrive. When you move too quickly, you risk stepping past the very thing that was being prepared for you. Stay steady, and let each part of this reveal itself in its own time. I am not distant from what happens inside your walls, and I have never been silent about it. Even in the seasons it felt that way. I have been present in the details. The small ones you thought were too insignificant to bring to me, and the large ones that felt too heavy to say out loud. All of it mattered to me. All of it still does. Before we close, if this word has met you where you are, share it with someone who needs to hear that their home, their peace, and their season are being watched over too. And subscribe to stay near this voice, because what has started here is not finished. There is more I intend to say to you, and I am not done working in your house yet.